Welcome back to our Worth It series, which is an old series, but we keep making it, where we take a closer look at popular automotive products and brands to see whether they truly deserve your hard-earned money. Today's focus, Advan wheels, the high-performance rim lineup from Yokohama, a name you might already know for their tires or their wheels if you haven't been living under a rock. Advan has a reputation for blending motorsports heritage with cutting-edge engineering and premium design and the premium price. But are they really worth it? Well, in this episode, we are going to analyze Advan wheels from multiple angles. We're taking a look at their quality, their performance, their intended use, their cost to performance ratio. It's scientific, by the way. And of course, we're going to take a look at some real-world user experiences from around the internet. We'll also wrap things up with a simple scoring system to help you decide if they are worth it for your needs. If you're looking for a set of Advan wheels, click the link down below in the description. We've got them on our website. We've got them in stock, ready to rock. We'll put some tires on them, make your life easy. And if you like these videos, drop a comment down below with a brand we should cover in the next one. Hit the subscribe button. It helps us keep making content. And as a disclaimer, this is not legal advice or a definitive endorsement, just our well-researched take on this brand. Let's dive in. So we're talking about the brand background and its heritage. First, we got a whole video on Advan explaining this, but we'll cover it real quick. Yokohama and Advan and their history together. Well, Advan is produced by Yokohama Rubber Company. Shock, right? This is a Japanese tire and wheel manufacturer with over a century of making round things that go on your car. Yokohama first launched the Advan label for its high-performance tires, eventually expanding that brand into the wheel game to complement their motorsport-focused rubber. Guess what you put tires on? Wheels, right? The Advan name is deeply tied to racing. You'll find Advan wheels on Super GT cars, time attack builds, things that go around Tsukuba, drift cars, endurance racing machines. If it races, it's got Advans. This track involvement shapes the design philosophy: stiff, lightweight, and built to handle extreme conditions on track. Advan's wheel catalog typically includes, but is not limited to, over its entire very long history, the RG series, like the RGD2. These are lightweight, these are multi-spoke, they are suitable for track or street use. The Advan RS series, classic designs seen on tuner icons, like the GTR, the WRX, stuff like that. You've got the Advan Racing GT. This is a fully forged monoblock wheel. This is kind of their highest end. You tend to see this in larger diameters on like Porsche, GTR, stuff like that, and this is their big baller wheel. In the Advan TC series, this is a 5-spoke, typically, design. These are more entry level. Across these lines, you will see consistent design cues. You have a very broad range of diameters, widths, and offsets. You have carefully engineered spoke shapes, and you have a focus on balancing weight reduction against durability. Some lines are fully forged using advanced aluminum forging processes, the same ones that Rays uses, while others might be cast or flow formed. The brand's top-tier forged wheels command a lofty price tag, but also carry the strongest reputation for performance. So why does it matter? Well, Advan's motorsport DNA and their manufacturing variety suggests that these wheels aim squarely at enthusiasts who appreciate both track capability and high-quality construction. These are not just a random design label slapped on a generic cast wheel. There is genuine engineering behind the name, for better or for worse. Why am I saying for worse? Engineers cost money. This is going to be a common theme here. And speaking of engineers, let's talk engineering and construction. Material and manufacturing processes, that's the bread and butter here. We're talking fully forged. That's really the Advans you probably think of. It's a single piece of aluminum. It's heated, it's pressurized, and it's shaped into the wheel. This aligns the metal grain structure, leading to higher strength to weight ratio, which is a good thing if you couldn't guess. Advan's example of this, the GT line, typically pricier, but favored for serious motorsport or high horsepower street builds. Flow formed or cast plus rim rolled, depending on what you want to call it. The center disc is cast aluminum. The rim area is then rolled outward under heat and pressure. This is a partial forging process. It leads to a stronger, lighter barrel versus a normal casting. Advan, some of the RG or RS variants, use advanced casting plus flow forming to reduce weight. Now you've got standard cast wheels. Not really a big thing for Advan. I'm sure they've made some models. couldn't tell you which. Liquid aluminum is poured into molds. It's simpler and cheaper, but can be heavier or less robust than forging if not carefully engineered. Like I said, there are definitely some cast Advans out there. They have made them for a very long time. There's not a lot of documentation on wheels that were made in 1983, so we're not going to guess and just say, oh, XYZ is cast. Your mileage may vary on these wheels. They are probably cast. So cast wheels are fun though, but if you're paying Advan money, maybe not so much. Strength and weight. Claimed weight savings. Many Advan forged wheels can weigh 15 to 20% less than an equivalent cast wheel of the same size. This is compiled from user data as well as our own data. Source, we made it up. Just kidding. For instance, an Advan GT, an 18 by 9.5 might weigh around 18 to 19 pounds, which is pretty light for a durable street wheel that is fully forged, and there you go. Advan typically designs their spokes to manage stress under cornering load, distributing it evenly, reducing the risk of spokes cracking under track abuse. Many owners often praise the wheels for feeling stiffer in fast corners, although that is entirely subjective. They are stronger, so there you go. They're tested, they're certified, JWL and VIA. In Japan, wheels must meet Japan Light Alloy Wheels, JWL certifications. Many performance wheels also submit to the VIA, Vehicle Inspection Association test, for added credibility. Advan products carry both stamps indicating a baseline structural integrity that is compliant with government standards. Yokohama publicly states that they run dynamic quartering tests, impact tests, and radial fatigue tests on their wheels in-house, simulating real racing conditions. Now, this is anecdotal, but we like to compile some user feedback on Reddit or My350Z. Many owners report that Advan forged wheels handle track days and occasional curb kisses on said track days better than a cheaper cast wheel. There are very few reported cracks or bends if you avoid giant potholes and stretched tires. Now, the flip side here, the big downside, cost. Owners mention an entire set of Advans can cost you upwards of $3,000, and our website down below, you can buy them, corroborates that. No! Which is steep for casual street use. So what's the engineering verdict here? Advan invests heavily in forging and flow forming technology, aiming for a strong, lightweight product with proven motorsport lineage. Their approach is top tier. This is one of the best wheel brands when it comes to engineering, if you're willing to pay for it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! So, performance and functionality. You can probably guess just based on everything else we talked about. We're going to talk about track and autocross advantages first. They kind of combine, but there you go. You've got reduced unsprung mass. Shedding wheel weight, especially at the outer edge of the wheel, improves acceleration, braking, and cornering feel. A 2 to 3 pound difference per corner can be noticeable, especially in lighter cars. Enhanced rigidity. Stiffer wheels flex less under lateral loads, maintaining consistent contact patches. On high-speed corners or quick transitions, you may feel more precise steering input by having a stiffer wheel. Heat dissipation. Designs often include spoke shapes that allow better airflow around your brake assembly. This is critical in track conditions. If you've never overheated your brakes, it is terrifying. I do not recommend it. Now, for street and daily driving, ride quality, lighter wheels generally help the suspension respond better to road irregularities. That said, there is no functional difference versus a decent cast wheel under normal commuting. If you're buying Advan GTs to drive to work, good luck. Durability versus potholes. A well-engineered forged wheel can resist bending and cracking better than a cheaply made cast wheel. However, no wheel is indestructible. So tired of you guys being like, oh, my T37s didn't break on a pothole, but cast wheels did. It's bullshit. So, what should you use the wheels for? Well, performance enthusiasts primarily are the ones who buy Advans. They're tailored for those who might do track days or spirited canyon drives or look like they do those things and appreciate genuine motorsport DNA, which ties into show cars and premium builds. The brand styling, finishes, and name recognition make them suitable for high-end show builds. Some owners pick Advan purely for the brand prestige and the look of the wheels. They look pretty darn good. Everyday use. If you rarely push performance limits, you are not fully exploiting the engineering behind an $800 per wheel one wheel. Advan setup. However, you still get some bragging rights, likes on the gram and stuff like that. So from a functionality standpoint, what is the verdict? Well, if your build is track oriented or you want the best possible wheel performance for spirited driving, Advan's forging tech and heritage make them a legit choice. If your car never sees more than a daily commute or mild weekend runs, you might be paying for capability you will not fully utilize. Now, fourth up, we're talking cost and value analysis, baby, the part you want to know. Typical price range on Advans, they are as low as around $350, $400 a wheel for the entry-level stuff, to the really high-end 20-inch GTR Advan GT premiums costing over $4,000. This is on par with other premium forged brands like Volk Racing, Work, BBS, but significantly higher than mid-tier flow-formed wheels or a cast option, which might cost anywhere from $800 to $1,500 per set. Your most direct comparison here is NK as an entry level and Advan as a premium option. Cost to performance ratio wise, you've got a premium forging process, proven track record, reputable brand. The weight savings and the structural integrity alone can justify the price on these for serious track drivers. From a con, if you're not driving on track or competing, the difference is largely irrelevant to you other than the brand name. Compare this to a mid-tier flow-formed wheel like the NK RPF1, priced at half as much. You're getting basically the same level of performance for your daily driver. Resale value. Advan wheels hold their value pretty darn good in the used market, especially well-kept sets. Enthusiasts recognize the brand and are willing to pay for it, but a couple $100 less than a brand new set. Now, aesthetic and name, there's brand clout rolling on Advan GTs. It's a statement in certain car communities. That exclusivity factor can be part of the value of the wheels for some owners, but it's very hard to link a tangible value to. Let's take some real-world testimonies here. An enthusiast quote from the internet. I love the look and the weight difference on track. They cost a fortune, but I have had zero issues in 3 years of autocross use. There's a user on Evolution M forum. Playing devil's advocate, I could not justify the cost, ended up with flow-formed wheels at half the price. The performance difference is minimal for my daily driver. From a user on Reddit r/carmods, value verdict. Advan wheels can be worth it if you prioritize top-notch engineering, brand prestige, and potential track advantages. For a casual build or if you're budget constrained, you might be paying a premium for a margin of improvement you rarely use. And I think that quote sums things up pretty good. So let's take our worth it scoring system. It's a 5-category system, 1 to 10 scale to judge overall worth. We're gonna break down each category for Advan: build quality and engineering, 1 to 10. Analysis: with advanced forging processes in flagship lines and rigorous in-house testing, Advan scores high, 9 out of 10. Why not a 10? Nothing's perfect. It's really hard to get a 10 in this category. I'd argue it's probably impossible. They're among the industry's top tier. You lose a point only because not all lines are forged and some are cast or flow formed. Performance and functionality. Bet you can guess where this one's going. Lighter unsprung mass, stronger structural design, proven track success. Advan scores a 9 out of 10. Here's the reasoning. Practically all Advan wheels are track capable. The only slight caveat to that is that the difference versus mid-tier wheels, especially on Advan's flow-formed versus mid-tier flow-formed, is marginal for everyday street use. Cost versus benefit. Premium brand, premium prices. You guessed it. $700 to $1,000 per wheel can be hard to justify if you're not a track junkie or want the brand name. 6 out of 10. They're not a great value. Great product, but super expensive. For people who need them, the ratio can be justified and that bumps up a little bit. For casual drivers, it's total overkill. That ratio moves down a bit. Aesthetics and brand reputation. Advanced designs are iconic in JDM and global tuner scenes. They're unique, they're not replicas. They're known for clean lines, motorsport vibes, and consistent, beautiful finishing quality. 9 out of 10. Here's the reason. They are widely admired. They are recognized. If style and brand name are relevant to you, you're gonna frickin' love them. Some may prefer flashier, more flamboyant designs from other brands, so not a perfect 10. Taste is subjective. Real-world ownership experiences from the forums, from the boys on Reddit, from everywhere like that. Enthusiasts Freaking love these things. High satisfaction, minimal issues, minimal flaws, strong resale value, 8 out of 10. Why is it not a 10? I don't know. Generally excellent feedback, but you do need to be mindful of, boys, you guessed it, we're gonna say it again, cost and the heartbreak if you curb a $4,000 set of wheels. Notable thing here, they're also really hard to replace. Advan doesn't sell singles. You're gonna be waiting a long time. So there is kind of a value issue in there. So let's sum it all up. What's the final score, boys? Build engineering and quality, 9. Performance and functionality, 9. Cost versus benefit, 6. Aesthetics and brand rep, 9. Ownership experience, 8. Overall average, 9, 9, 6, 9, 8. Divided by 5, 8.2 out of 10. So let's wrap this all up. Let's tie it off. Let's finish this one out. Are Advan wheels worth it? For the dedicated enthusiast who values motorsport-proven engineering, lightweight strength, and brand prestige, the short answer is yes, assuming that your budget can handle the premium. The rigorous forging or flow forming processes combined with years of track success, engineering prowess under the Yokohama banner mean you are getting a wheel that is both functional and revered in the car community. But if you're a casual driver who never pushes your car beyond the occasional freeway on-ramp, guess what? You are not going to see a massive benefit beyond bragging rights and aesthetic satisfaction. Cheaper flow-formed or cast options could get you 80 to 90% of the performance at half the cost. If, however, you want the absolute best in JDM heritage, brand recognition, and proven design, Advan remains a top contender for you. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you like it, please drop a like, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, check out some Advan wheels on our website. They're linked down below, and we'll see you in the next one.